A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone and welcome to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
And we live in a world surrounded by colour.
Different colors.
There are colours everywhere, all over the place. But the warm-up question for today is, what is your favourite colour and what does it make you think of?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue, okay.
Yes, especially sky blue. Because it makes me think of the big sky.
Okay, on a nice day.
Yes, on a nice day.
Okay. I would say my favourite colour is purple. It kind of makes me think of, I don't know, wealth. It's a colour that gets associated with kings and
like the royal
emperors.
family.
Yeah. I just think it's a really cool colour. You don't see too much purple around, so I don't know, I just kind of really like it. It's been that way since I was young. So colours can have meanings. They can have meanings we give them or meanings that a lot of other people think of them. And one area where people use these colours is in movies. And that's what today's article is going to be about. Let's check it out.
Setting the mood in films with color. Warm-up question. What is your favorite color? What does it make you think of?
Color can tell us many things. Red can inspire deep love or anger. Blue can feel sad or cold. Green can be fresh, or it can bring up a sick feeling. It's no surprise that films love using color to help tell their stories. The use of color in making movies and TV shows is called film color theory. One simple example is using bright or dark colors. Going from a bright setting to darker colors can set the mood of a scene. Compare Marvel movies to DC movies. Marvels are brighter, and DC's are usually darker. This reflects the different stories they tell.
So the article starts and says, colour can tell us many things.
颜色呢可以告诉我们很多的事情。
Like in nature, some colours mean don't eat this thing.
Right,
it's dangerous.
Like purple, right?
Often, yeah,
Yes.
Red, bright colours are usually kind of scary off colours. Others attract plants and flowers. But here's a more concrete example. The article says, red can inspire deep love or anger.
OK， 我们这边要说到颜色，我们会给我们什么不同的感觉？那首先要讲到的是红色 ，red， 它可以 inspire deep love or anger。inspire 这个动词呢，我们先来看一下它什么意思哦。inspire 这个动词呢，代表的是激起或是唤起。注意哦，我们发音的时候要小心。inspire 好是 sp 的声音。那课文这边就说到了，红色可以激发我们内心深处的爱或是愤怒。那如果要激发某人去做某件事的话呢，我们可以说 inspire somebody to do something。像是呢 ，His speech inspired me to break old habits and take on new challenges。他的演讲激发我戒除旧习惯，并且接受新挑战。那再来呢 ，inspire 还有启发的意思，然后被动也是很常见的，像是呢，我们可以说 This new movie was inspired by real events， 代表这部新电影呢是受到真实事件的启发。那单字例句给的是 The president's terrible words inspired hate among people in the country。总统低劣的言辞在这个国家的人民心中激起了仇恨情绪。
We could also say the classical music inspired me to paint a picture of nature. So that's red. We see red in red roses, hearts. It's all over Valentine's Day. But it can also be an angry color. You see red. Okay, what about blue? The article says blue can feel sad or cold. So can means not always, but it could.
没错，蓝色有的时候呢会给我们感觉是悲伤或是冷漠的。
Right, it doesn't
Maybe the dark
always.
blue.
Yeah, and colors don't always have to mean just one thing.
Right.
Like in this next example, green can be fresh, or it can bring up a sick feeling.
OK， 所以像 green 就可以给我们两个完全不同的感受。第一个是 green can be fresh， 我们先来看一下 fresh 这个字的字义哦。Fresh 这个形容词呢，在课文当中啊，解释的是清爽宜人的，所以我们说呢，绿色可以是清爽宜人的，给我们这样子的感受。那当然 ，fresh 还可以用来形容像是点子，怎么样的点子呢？新颖的点子 ，fresh ideas， 或者是呢，它也可以当新鲜的来解释。那你后面就可以放上 fruit 水果，或者是蔬菜 vegetables， 或者是 flowers。Fresh flowers 鲜花好也是可以这样子说。那单字例句给的是呢 Lisa felt cool and fresh after she took a bath. Lisa 在洗了澡以后呢感到凉爽舒适。
We could also say, I love going to markets and seeing all the fresh fruits and vegetables. So green could make us feel, oh, it's fresh, it's natural, but it could also make us have that sick feeling.
是的，绿色可以让我们有清爽宜人的感觉，也有这个 sick feeling， 那就是负面的病恹恹的感觉。
Yeah, we often say people who are sick look a little bit green. It is a color that's like, ugh, not too nice sometimes. So we could say for sick, the sick students had to stay home from school. So as you can see, all these colors can have different meanings. They can bring up different feelings in people. We don't even kind of know that we're feeling them. It sort of affects us and we can't explain why. So the article says, it's no surprise that films love using color to help tell their stories.
没错，所以这边课文说到的 It's no surprise that 代表是不令人惊讶、不意外的，所以课文就说了，所以电影爱用颜色来说故事是不令人惊讶的，不同样的故事内容用不同的颜色来叙述。
Yeah, we're saying this piece of information shouldn't really be surprising. For example, we could also say it's no surprise that Andy's on the basketball team. He's really tall.
对，所以什么事情不令人意外呢？就是 Andy 在篮球队这一件事情，因为他真的很高。那回到课文的句子当中啊，我们看到 love 后面用了 using color to help tell their stories， 这个是一个动名词当受词的用法。那我们先进到 Matchbox 听讲师讲解这类的用法咯。
Magic Box。
大家好，我是星座专家唐綺阳。英文里面有什么单字跟双子座一样善变？好多张脸，说变就变。如果呢是问我的话呢，我一定就说 VING 最善变了啦。这个用法呢，它可以当做现在分词哦，用在我们熟悉的现在进行式。I am talking， OK， 我正在说话。但是呢，它也可以放在句子里面。此时的它呢，就可以当做主词，也可以当做另一个动词的受词。你可没听错，它就是这么善变。不过呢，今天不紧张，就让我来为您讲解一下吧。因为我们都知道，一个句子里面呢，一般来说不能有两个动词，所以如果动词后面要接动作，那我们呢就要把这个动作改成 VING 的形式。这时呢，这个动作就顺理成章可以的当受词了。比方说呢 I like eating ice cream， 这里的 eat 呢就成了 like 的受词。或者是呢像去年底刚出了那个新的宝可梦啊，过年呢我那个表妹天天在玩 She enjoys playing video games， 她很享受玩电玩。在这边呢 play in video games 这件事情呢，它就变成了 enjoy 享受这个动词的受词了。所以呢 改为 VING 动名词就可以变成受词。那呢，它可不可以当主词？可以啊，要怎么当呢 ？OK， 当我们呢要做这件事情，这个动作，我们要形容呢，它这个动作很怎么样？我们要来形容它的时候呢，就要用到这个 VING 当主词的用法啦。比方说呢，台北捷运禁止饮食。Eating and drinking are not allowed in the metro station. OK， 进了捷运站吃和喝是被禁止的。或者是呢 ，Dancing is her hobby. 跳舞呢是她的嗜好。那注意到呢这个用法无论如何，动词都是跟着主词做变化，或者是呢，我们可以看到 Jogging every day keeps me in shape. 每天慢跑呢，保持了我的身材。这边 keep 一样是第三人称单数，所以呢，我们加上 s。所以呢 ，VING 当受词可不可以？可以。那当主词呢？当然也可以。相信呢，你也已经学起来喽。
So before the break, we said that people who make films like to use color to kind of make people feel things or to tell people what's going on in the story. The article says, the use of color in making movies and TV shows is called film color theory.
我们在句子当中是看到的 movies 还有 film， 好，这两个字是相关的。我们先来看一下吧。film 这个名词呢，解释为电影或是影片，那也可以用 movie 这个字来说。那如果你想问人家说你最喜欢的电影类型是什么，你可以问 What type of films， 或者是 What type of movies do you enjoy watching？ 那这边有好多不同的影片的类型，像是 horror 恐怖类的， action 动作类的， animation 动画类的，好多不同的。那单字例句给的是呢Nate's favorite film is about time. He watches it at least twice a year. Nate 最爱的电影呢是真爱每一天，他一年至少要看2遍。
Here's another example. This film is about a man. The police think he did a crime, but he didn't. Now he has to prove it. So we're talking here about film color theory.
Film 是影片 ，color 是颜色。What about theory? Theory 指的是呢一个理论，所以这3个字 film color theory 那就是电影色彩理论。
Exactly. A theory here is a set of ideas that people follow. We're not quite talking about a scientific theory here. This is more a theory of people have got these ideas, you do this and it means this, you do this and it should mean this, and so on. Writing theory says you should show the readers things, not tell the readers things. So let's look at film color theory. The article says one simple example is using bright or dark colors.
那亮色或是暗色的使用就是一个简单的例子。
Yeah, now imagine this in a sort of scary movie. You wouldn't have a scary movie where everything's white and bright and yellow. No, they go into an old house. It's dark. There's lots of blacks and greys and browns. As the article says, going from a bright setting to darker colors can set the mood of a scene.
OK， 那这边我们看到动名词当主词的用法出现咯。Going from a bright setting to darker colors 就是我们这句话的主词。那后面呢，我们看到 setting 指的是小说、电影、戏剧等等的情节背景。
Let's go back to that horror movie example. The house in the movie is a dark and scary setting.
是的 ，dark and scary setting 那就是黑暗恐怖的情节背景。从亮色转为暗色，那你就可以设定出场景的氛围。我们用到 mood 这个字来代表。
We could mood is not just color. Music will often affect a mood in the films. We could say the music makes the mood of the scene even more sad. So there's one example here of where a very obvious, very modern one, we can think about brighter colors and darker colors for the movies. The article says, compare Marvel movies to DC movies. So these superheroes, you've got Marvel, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. DC is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and so on. Marvels are brighter and DCs are usually darker. That means in terms of both the colors and the stories.
Compare A to B 代表将 A 和 B 相比，所以如果你有在 follow 这两家公司的电影的话呢，你会发现 Marvel 和 DC 这两家的电影，明显的 Marvel 会是比较明亮的 ，DC 就是比较暗一点点。
Yeah, when we're talking about comparing, we could also say compare coffee to tea, and you'll find that coffee is much stronger and tastes more bitter. So they've got the different colors. DC movies have a little more black. The colors aren't as bright. They don't pop like the bright reds and blues you would see in Marvel. And the article says this different use of color, this reflects the different stories they tell.
Reflect 这个动词呢非常重要，什么意思呢？ Let's find out.Reflect 这个动词呢，这边的解释是表达或是反映，那它是当及物动词用，后面加上受词就可以了。所以课文说啊，颜色的使用反映出不同的故事。那再给同学们一个例句哦 ，Her paintings reflect her strong interest in Chinese culture， 代表她的画作，你去看的话，你会发现它反映了这个人他对中国文化的浓厚兴趣。那另外呢 ，reflect 也可以当作反射来解释，像是呢 ，Her face was reflected in the mirror。代表他的脸啊，在镜中被反射了出来。那单字例句给的是呢 ，The high price of vegetables reflects this year's poor weather。高价的蔬菜会反映出今年的气候欠佳。
So this idea of reflecting is about using one thing to show something else, okay? Here's an example, and this could work in a movie, it could work in a book.The way the character always looks at birds reflects her feelings of wanting to be free of her current life. Because of course birds can go off and fly to places and they can escape where they are very easily. So if a character is always kind of looking at the birds, kind of makes you know, oh, that character wants to be free. It's reflecting her thoughts.
是的，可以把他的想法给反射出来，反映出来。
Exactly. And you can use color in the same way. You'll see certain, it could be very simple. Think about the old Disney movies. The bad guys wear black.
Oh,
right?
yes, all the time.
Almost always the bad guys are in black because it's a really easy way to tell young kids watching it, this is the bad guy. Be afraid. We want to stop this person.
Right, and witches.
Yeah, which
always wear black or purple.
Yeah, of course this does relate to real life and there are lots of other reasons why this color, but you can see how it's easy for films to use simple stuff like this to help tell either simple stories or more complicated ones. We'll see some more examples of this film color theory tomorrow, but right now let's go to our review time activity.
Review time!
So films can be pretty complicated, but films can be simple. Of course, film was one of today's word power words. Elsie and I are going to make some films really simple.
Okay.
We're going to use, 6 words?
6 words.
6 words to describe a film, and we'll see if the other person can get what that film is. Okay?
But, Pat, I'm not sure if I'm able to use only 6 words.
Really? Okay.
But I'll try my best.
Okay, let's go for it. You go ahead then.
So I go ahead, okay. The guy's hands are scissors. And he uses them to cut somebody else's hair. That's way too long.
That's a lot, but the guy's hands are scissors. You could do it in 5 words.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you can guess the movie?
Well, hands are scissors. The movie is called Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
It's quite an old one. Okay, let's see if you can get this one.
Okay.
Young thief steals lamp, saves princess.
年轻男子偷灯然后救公主。I think this is like a normal plot in all Disney movies.
But the lamp.
A lamp. Aladdin.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Okay,
This
so
is fun.
Yeah, you could do a whole bunch of others like that. Okay. Let's see. Princess escapes, meets dwarfs, eats apple.
Snow White.
Yeah, exactly. This is not too difficult, is it?
Right.
Young lion grows up, becomes king.
Lion King.
Yeah, okay, that's really easy when you do it that way.
Okay.
Okay, fish, woman, loses voice, gets husband.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, exactly. I could go on all day, but I shouldn't because we are out of time. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Join us again tomorrow for part 2 of our article on film color theory. See you then. Bye for now.
Bye.
Setting the mood in films with color. Warm-up question. What is your favorite color? What does it make you think of?
Color can tell us many things. Red can inspire deep love or anger. Blue can feel sad or cold. Green can be fresh, or it can bring up a sick feeling. It's no surprise that films love using color to help tell their stories. The use of color in making movies and TV shows is called film color theory. One simple example is using bright or dark colors. Going from a bright setting to darker colors can set the mood of a scene. Compare Marvel movies to DC movies. Marvels are brighter, and DC's are usually darker. This reflects the different stories they tell.
Word power. Inspire. Inspire. The president's terrible words inspired hate among people in the country. The president's terrible words inspired hate among people in the country. Fresh. Fresh. Lisa felt cool and fresh after she took a bath. Lisa felt cool and fresh after she took a bath. Film. Film. Nate's favorite film is About Time. He watches it at least twice a year. Nate's favorite film is About Time. He watches it at least twice a year. Reflect. Reflect. The high price of vegetables reflects this year's poor weather. The high price of vegetables reflects this year's poor weather.
认识字汇
Theory. Theory. Setting. Setting. Mood. Mood.